Hey, this is Anthony with 10 Minute Moto. I'm here working on replacing the rear shock spring on my 2023 KTM 300SX. I'm not wanting to take the swing arm off, and I'm not wanting to jack the subframe clear to the bars to achieve this, and I think I've got it figured out. We'll see how this process works. It's a accumulation of videos I've watched and other bikes I've worked on, so let's take a look. Okay, so going about this so I don't have to take off the swing arm, I don't have to jack this up to the bars. Took off the pipe. It was two 10mm bolts there, the two springs, two 8mm for the silencer, slipped off piece of cake. I was able then to get 4mm Allen into the locking collar here, loosen that up, just loosened by hand, got plenty of slack in the spring. What I'm going to do now is I've got a 19mm socket for that, 13 for the shock. I'm going to drop the linkage. I've got dunnage here for if I need to move the swing arm, manipulate it to a certain angle, and I'm going to release the collar, clip-on collar there. I'm going to drop the rear spring out of it. Factory connection got me the big boy spring. So they were a pleasure to deal with, as always. They were right on point. They knew exactly what spring I needed for my weight, the bike. They shipped it right out from one of their locations. I got it in a couple days, and we'll see how this goes. Voila. I'm no master mechanic, that's for sure, but you know, I've been around bikes all my life and try to be as careful as I can with things and try to think it through. That's how that sucker looks. I typically try to do little tricks like this, kind of put the hardware loosely together. I use these little trays so that I don't have stuff kicking around all over. A little magnetic tray helps. All right, so we'll get this out of the way here. Get that out of the way there. Bingo, presto. Boy, I hate to get ahead of myself, but be pretty happy here if this works as planned. Loosen this up a little more up top. This will all make sense in a second here. Thingy beauty, it's a joy forever, man. That's pretty sweet. So you need to give yourself enough slack in it, because this collar that goes on the bottom has this washer, keeper washer that goes on it. You need to give yourself enough slack to push the spring up far enough to get this ring off the plastic piece and get this plastic piece out of the bottom keeper of the rear shock, and then you can just clamshell it. It just splits like that and releases. So look at that. I'd much rather do that than alternative ways of getting to this spring. So again, I've seen people take the side panel and the radiator shroud off and wiggle this shock out from at an angle from this hole here. So if I had to take the shock off, I'd give that a try first before I started doing all the alternatives. Compare the big boy spring to the peewee spring here. Directions. $177 with tax included. Not included, but after tax, $177. One thing they did mention, there's a plastic piece on this top. I'll make sure to take a picture of the box. Oh, 4.9. They've got it marked. Top, they marked the top. That was nice of them to do. Spring was a little longer, so I'm thinking I may need to give me a little more clearance on the bottom to get that keeper on. Quit eating the double cheeseburgers, I could probably put the stock spring on, but I like cheeseburgers. Do myself a favor, give myself a little more room. And it's on. I'm no freaking wizard, so if I can do it, you can too. So I'll be setting the sag here in a few minutes. I've got a buddy coming over. We'll be doing both bikes. I'll probably get a video of that as well. So thanks for checking this out. Hopefully it saves you some time.